Rat! Is that rat that we had that one time?
Oh, yeah, a little party down there.
A rat's nest? Do we have rats?
Used to.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show. My name is Barbara, and for over a decade I've been teaching viewers and subscribers how to cook authentic dishes from my home country of Belize and many other delicious dishes from basic ingredients.
You're watching the Bare Pantry Show.
So you're talking about that big fat one that got in the house that time? The one that went behind the bathroom wall, the back bathroom wall?
Right.
OMG. That's a story for another day.
That's maybe like what, 5 years ago?
No, a long time ago.
Oh, okay.
Closer to like 7-8 years ago. We only had one rat one time. We used to get field mice, but since the dogs started to stay inside the house in 2014, we don't get those anymore. Thank you, Jesus. Anyways, before we get into this behind the scenes of how Joe, built my peninsula and the other piece, the other half of the kitchen, I want to first shout out the people that I bought the countertop from and the people who installed it. So the people that we bought it from is New Impressions Tile. They're located in Bloomington, California, which is the town over from where we live. Luis is the guy that's going to take care of you when you go in there. He's knowledgeable. Go in there and ask him for what you need. Take your measurements, and then he would draw things on a little piece of paper and then tell you how much it's going to come to, and then he offers the installation. But the people who do the installation, they don't work for Luis per se. They have their own company, but Luis throws a lot of business their way, and Luis will give you the pricing. Make sure you bring that little piece of paper home with the writing on it, so there's no miscommunications and everything. And those people, they show up on time. They're called RCC. Let me see the name. It's Remodel Custom Countertop. RCC, like the college in Riverside, right? And those guys are awesome. The first time, 2 different people came through. I think one was the jefe, one was the boss, right? And I say the first time because it's for the first half of the kitchen that we did like a month or so ago. And then for this half, 2 other guys came. All of them were just lovely. They were professional. They do cut on site, so you're gonna have to do a little bit of cleanup when they're gone. They do most of the cleanup though. You're gonna have to hose things down. A lot of companies will tell you they don't cut on site for safety reasons, whatever. I preferred that they cut on site because they got it accurate.
That's right. Because the stuff is here. They come and measure whenever time they want to.
Yeah, they come in and out and measure. The guys were so cool, and I would say go hit up Luis first. Those guys do work outside of Luis, but they say they get a lot of the work from Luis. So go to Luis first. He was the best pricing that we found for countertop. Honestly, he was, and we checked a lot of places. And then he sends these guys, and they come on time. They come on the day that they say they're gonna come, and they come at the time they say they're gonna come, and they work efficiently, fast, and they're out your way, right?
If you guys got somebody else that you guys bought countertop from, then you guys could contact
You could still contact RCC on their own. I'll put the phone number to the guy down below. What's his name again? Ronaldo? I'll put Ronaldo's number down below in the description, so you guys can holler at him. If you already bought your countertop elsewhere, then you can holler at RCC and they'll come, okay? All right, so this is not a paid sponsorship. I'm just doing this out of the goodness of my heart because I really like when I deal with people who do a service and they do what they say they're gonna do, honestly. So let's get into this behind the scenes. Some people have asked for us to do like how Joe makes the cabinets, like a DIY. So it's kind of like a DIY, but it's more like a behind the scenes. We're gonna be watching the video as we edit so we can interject in between as to what's going on. So let's start off first of all with this first segment. So this is 3/4, that's what you were saying.
Because I put the flooring inside instead of put this on top of the flooring.
Right.
So what happened when I end up finished making the cabinet, it was too big.
The cabinet got too long in there, right?
It's too long. And the reason why is because I need to subtract 3/4 of an inch
from each side.
On each side, make it 1.5 inches. So I need to cut off 1.5 inches from off the flooring.
Off the floor. Yeah. But we didn't know that. So we built a whole side with the sink. Well, not we, Joe. Built the whole side with the sink.
In that case,
and it was 3 cabinets. Each cabinet was what? 1.5 inches too big?
Yeah.
Times 3? So that's 4.5 inches you had to cut off of those cabinets? Thank God you had the space
not
to
really,
cut it off.
Not really cut it off a cabinet. I only end up cutting off 1 inch.
Okay.
Because the
counter had a little lip. Thank you, Jesus. See what? So you won't mess that up again, though. See this one? You didn't mess this one up.
I get away with that because I never know.
No, you know.
No, I know.
All right, so we'll come back when he starts putting on styles.
The only way it was going to work if I take this and put it on top of the flooring, then it
Right.
will be all right.
Then it works.
I never did.
Okay, we're gonna come back in a little while when he's putting on styles, but first I have to feed him. So there was a lot of feeding Joe in between while he was doing the cabinets, but don't sleep on Joe because he would get up in the morning and cook the entree, like the meat, in the pressure cooker, the slow cooker, put it on the night before, whatever, and I just do the side dishes and the salads and stuff like that. But it really helped to have his meals ready so he could stay on course. And the day, right now in this backyard, is hot. Would you stop leaning up on this tree? Someday I'll bite you out this tree, okay?
I'm good. It looks like I'm coming across like a creature coming out of the bushes.
Yeah, so in any case, Joe worked early in the morning till around 10. When it got too hot, he would go inside for the rest of the day and then would come back outside again
When the sun go down.
When the sun go down. That's how Belize people work. Are you coming to my party? When the sun come down. The sun go down. You going to Walmart? When the sun go down. Yeah, so he kept going back to the store to buy lumber. Why? Because he's not a professional, and sometimes you measure and you think you have it right and then you realize, oops, I'm short, I gotta go back. So Joe went to go buy some more lumber today because being that I want a whole bunch of doors on the back, he's gonna have to get more what? Styles, right, Joe? Mm-hmm. More styles? Is that what you went to go get today? So there's a door that's gonna go here and a door that's gonna go there and then a door here, but the door won't open. It'll just be stationary. Oops! That was my bad. He did not miscalculate for the lumber. It's because Miss Barbara, she wanted 3 doors in the back of the peninsula. Well, I only wanted 2 doors, and then you decided it would be best to build 3 doors because it would look kind of wonky to just put a slab of wood or something in between those 2 doors, right? So he did 3 shaker doors for the back part of the peninsula, the part that's seen from the dining room, because I wanted to have access through the back side. All right, I didn't want the turnstile thing. What's that thing? Lazy Susan? I didn't want that because that would make me lose all my drawer space to do that turny thing inside. So I wanted to have access through the back, right?
Yeah. And she want me to do this. She wants somebody to do this that don't know what they're doing. She give me more work to do, and I don't know what I'm doing. So I got to feel my way through.
You were up to the challenge, though, boo. Mm-hmm. I really appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
I love you.
But you know, overall, it come out pretty good.
He didn't even hear me say, I love you. I'm giving you your flowers.
Come like I'm who? I'm Tina Turner. Well, I got to do it.
All right, let's move on into the story. You guys, we're having some issues out in this heat. The laptop's running hot because the sun's hitting it. Anyways, let's talk about the tongue and the groove in the wood because you're building shaker doors, right? So the 2 top pieces of wood for the door is called rails, and the 2 side piece is called styles, right? So you have to cut the groove in the side of the style, right? The front side. Then you have to cut the tongue in the top part, right? The top and the bottom of the style, so it could go into the rails. And then you do the reverse with the rails.
You want me to see if I got a piece right?
Yeah, grab a piece. So Joe had to decide what size styles he wanted, because some people do 2-inch wide, some people do 2.5. I wanted 2.5 after we discussed it. And then he also had to decide the size of the tongue and the groove, because some people do it bigger. He did a 1/4 inch of each, so a 1/4 inch tongue and a 1/4 inch groove, all right, so that it could set together like a picture frame. So let's wait for him to get back with his pieces to show us.
Exactly, Betsy.
Okay, show it to this camera right here, baby.
See, this is what happened. This is like for they're making a door or anything like that.
Okay, show me which one is the style and which one is the rail.
Okay, this is the style.
This is the style. So see, on the long side of the thing has the groove. Let's see if this camera can pick it up better. It has the groove, but on the top it has the tongue. See the tongue right here? The little piece come out like a jigsaw puzzle, right? So the top and the bottom of the style has the tongue. You guys see it? Hope it's not blurry. Let's show this camera. This camera has the feature where it's not blurry. Right here, that's the tongue. The next part has the tongue, and then both sides have the groove.
No, we don't have to have the groove on both sides.
You don't have to, only one side.
I was
one
just
side.
practicing on
Okay, cool. Show the next part, which is the rail.
See, this is a rail. It's on one side, but like I said, I was practicing on these.
So it's only one side has the groove.
Right. Then you take this
and snap it
in there.
See, so now it's like this. See, that part has the groove, and you put it together like a jigsaw puzzle. You guys see it? I hope you saw it. If not, we'll just show it to the
They got
camera
it, they
again.
got it.
Yeah, so it took a little bit of practice for Joe to learn how to do that because Joe doesn't have a really good saw. He's just got a little Mr. Fix-It type saw, right? That's the kind of saw that you fix things around the house.
3 years ago. Something about this size.
So what kind of saw do you need? What's the name of it?
I need a table saw, but a little bigger one.
A heavy-duty one.
Most sturdy.
A heavy-duty table saw. They run for about $600 brand new, but you can find them like on Facebook Marketplace and Craigslist and whatever for $150 to $200.
I don't want them new ones.
But the ones that he has found so far, the minute he finds them, they're gone. They're sold, or they're too far away. Because if you have to put in $60 to $100 gas to drive to go get the thing, it's already adding up there again, right? So we're waiting. We'll get one. We'll get a used one. So Joe, how long do you think it took you when you first saw the first YouTube video and you decided you're gonna make the cabinet and you're gonna frame it up? Remember, you made the first little one, the one on the left of the sink, right? And how long did it take you to figure out that tongue and groove thing for the door and for the drawers, because it's shaker drawers too, right?
About a couple. I would say a day.
A day. And he just used scrap wood and he just practiced back and forth how to make that channel, the groove, and then how to make the tongue to match it, right? Because it has to match exact, because if it's too loose, it's going to be a problem, right?
Loose, you got too much play and it's going to be a problem. And you want it to set snug right in there and make it look nice and neat.
Yeah. And what that did for Joe, because doing that thing is about the doors and the drawers. We didn't have to go buy those. A lot of cabinet makers, this guy Osley, well, he's still our friend, we just haven't heard from him in a while. He did cabinets and he would make doors.
Sometimes he do, but he really don't.
He hated it though. Right. He would just build a whole frame of the cabinet, go install it, and tell the people buy your own door. We built our own doors, which was a blessing because we did not get rid of the upper cabinets. We refurbished the whole framework and then he just put the new doors. Yes. That's what they want to do in Costco. They want to come and just put doors and charge you $20,000.
Charge your arm and a leg. Then pretty soon you can't walk, you can't eat.
All right, so let's see where we are. I keep having to cover the laptop because the minute the sun hits it, and the sun's coming from that direction, it's burning hot. So anyways, the next segments that I'm going to show you guys is just Joe working diligently daily. Like somebody put in the comments, you persisted, Joe, you persisted. Your brother always makes me feel like that word's a bad word. And even when I was smaller, I remember some family members would say, you're a persistent little child. I'm like,
that's
okay.
That's the only way to get things done.
Right? It's persistence, not a bad word. So all these footage right here, I'm going to play some music. No, I'm not going to play music. I'm just going to show you what he's doing just each day. All right, guys. So this is another update on the cabinet making. So Joe has painted the inside of the Peninsula cabinet Whisper white, right? And then he had to figure this out. He had to put these pieces in here. Oh, you had to put two here, Joe. So to accommodate the drawers that he's gonna put in. Oh, because the drawers are gonna be running on rails on the sides. And we didn't factor that in, huh? So then here's the little one that makes up the Peninsula. I see it. You have to do the same thing on the little one. And then that's the one that goes between the stove and the fridge. I see you put them on the sides though, on the one. This one's protruding out because of the way this face is, right? And the one's on the side.
Because this got two different areas.
Remember, in the back we're gonna have two doors. Well, it's three doors, but one of the middle door is gonna stay stationary. I can't go wrong. I was just gonna ask you, why did you paint the back? But then I remember that's gonna be exposed into the dining room. While the cake is baking, guys, I just want to show you a little bit of what Joe's doing. Oh, look at that, it's so pretty. Can I open this left door?
Hang on a second. Piece it.
See? Look. Isn't this gorgeous? By the way, guys, we did not stop making videos while Joe was doing this. Maybe, yes, I put a little bit less cooking videos because the kitchen was a hot mess a lot of the times. But I was still making reels and shorts. because I can, you know, lower the volume on that when Joe's working with the son. I could just play music over the reels and the shorts, and I was still making Amazon review videos. So right here's a little snippet of one of the Amazon review videos. Hey guys, Barbara and Joe here from the Bare Pantry Show that can be seen on YouTube and Facebook. So as my husband Joe continues to build the cabinets for the next side of the kitchen, he's using this tool right here. Let's see it. It's an electric nailer, and he's using it to put nails into the drawers right here. Alright guys, another day, another update. Joe is painting the inside of the drawers because I don't want to put down no contact paper.
Give it like
you know, Joe started the second half of the cabinet right before Jory's wedding on May 27th. We had to take that trip, which was like a day and a half worth of trip, and it was a lot of preparing to go on that trip, and then we came back, we were tired, so we took like 4 days off for that whole trip. And then, you know, he continued, painted everything, put on doors, drawers, whatever, and then it was time now to demolish, so we had to grab the 2 boys. And of course, Jory always has to go to the bathroom when there's heavy duty work to be done. Do you ever notice that?
I'm trying to be
These
smart.
boys are so different. Joshua
Smart.
hides whenever we come back with groceries. He's always in the bathroom when we come back with groceries. Jory's always mysteriously gone when it's heavy lifting. You know this? And they work out. The both of them work out and have good upper bodies. You know what I mean? Them dratted picnic. Anyways, they demolished, and this is where we find this dratted rat's nest. Oh my God. Where did rat get them paper from, Joe, to pull under there?
Let's get from around maybe the garage. And
You think it was some of those books that was in that drawer? Had the manuals and stuff in that drawer?
I don't know.
Oh my
some of them
goodness.
look like newspaper and all kinds of stuff.
We
like
had
that.
a big rat, look like straight out of the bubonic plague.
That was a
That's the
big one.
first time we ever had a rat, guys. And we couldn't trap it because it was so big, it would eat the stuff off the trap and leave like a limb, but then still gone, right? So mommy said poison it. I'm like, no, it's gonna go look for water somewhere and die somewhere weird. So when we had the house repiped, a lot of the walls were left open, a little hole here, a little hole there, because Joe didn't patch it, because he goes, when I fix that room, then I'm gonna patch that wall, right? Because he hated dealing with the drywall. So there was a little hole right above the tile for the shower, the back shower in my bathroom. Tell me why the rat gone up in that hole.
And die right there.
Gone down behind the way, turn on the faucet for the shower, because it's not a tub, it's a shower stall. Right back there, gone and died. We come home from work and we smell that rat in that bathroom, and I tell Joe, that rat in that bathroom, Joe pull out the whole vanity off the wall for the face basin, right? And it's like, it's not back here, it's not behind the toilet. Where could it be? It's not in the shower. I said, it's in the wall. Joe had to broke out the tile out the wall. Oh my God, when you find the thing swell like this, like a cat. I'm not over exaggerating. It's one of them Charlie Price. Belize people know what I'm talking about.
It's about this long. About this.
My leg going numb just thinking about it. It was blue.
It looked like a big rabbit.
God. I'm sorry if you're eating breakfast or dinner, guys. Anyways, that rat built that nest underneath the small cabinet for the peninsula, because we pull out that stove 1,000,000 times and we don't see that nest, so it was underneath that cabinet. Thank God it's gone. My kitchen feels clean now, right, Joe? Mm-hmm. So they demolished. Joe put the plywood. If the people come in from Costco to do your countertop for $5,000 for that little piece, they're gonna tell you don't put the plywood because they have a sturdy counter. Child, you need the plywood to put the glue, so they could come and put the counter and stick the thing, and it's sturdy, okay? It's strong, all right? So put the plywood. The people came. They came on time, like I said earlier. They're cutting outside. They cut in the front this time because the counter too heavy. It was a big slab, right, Joe? And then what they did, everybody else wanted to give me a line between the big piece of the peninsula and the little piece, and they etched out the whole L shape out of that thing, put the next piece on the small counter, and then leave me with a piece for Joe to build me a the kids keep saying a chifaro, but it's gonna be like a sideboard or a credenza or a hutch. He's gonna build me one of those with that countertop. I'm so excited. He's gonna do it for my birthday, he said. Anyways, what else did I wanted to show them about the counter? Oh, the mishap with putting in the L. So when they rip out the thing, the countertop, they found some wood right on the wall. They didn't know why that wood was there. That wood was there to chuck up and make space to build up, to do a build up for this, what was going to happen. So Joe put in a little piece, he put in the big piece, and then boom, we couldn't open this drawer.
close.
drawer in the big piece of the peninsula we couldn't open because it's too close, and it's partly the handles that we're using, but I still think we would have had trouble because that's why they had those wood on the wall before. So Joe had to figure it out. Thank God gave me a husband that knows how to figure things out. That's what you need to pray for. Before you pray for a husband that don't leave the toothpaste cap or leave the toilet seat up, pray for one that know how to figure things out. Okay. He said, okay, we're gonna build up I call it a shim. He said he grew the cabinet, so he didn't put a whole big slab of wood. It's just a piece on the top and a piece down the front. He built it up thick enough, right, and painted it to match the cabinet. And then when he put it in now, the little drawer at first looked like it was gonna work because we didn't put the two cabinets together yet to put the screws in, because you have to bolt them together. And so once he pulled it together to see that little drawer wouldn't open, it would be jammed here on this. So he had to build that one up too.
About 1/8 of an inch, then I built the other one like a inch and a half big.
So anyways, the guys came, like I said, put on the countertop, and my kitchen is done. Guys, I am so happy. You don't see an unhappy wife here at all. I am so happy with this. I am so grateful to God that he gave Joe this ability to do this, because he didn't know before he watched his YouTube videos, and a lot of people watch YouTube videos and still don't know how to do this. I don't.
You know, she's happy for her kitchen and all that, but I still don't get dinner.
Baby, listen to me. I was waiting for us to do our first video in there together as husband and wife, a team, christening the thing, whatever you want me to make, I'll make. But just together in there to show.
So I talk a little bit too quick, huh?
Ungrateful. You guys though, I'm grateful. I'm really grateful. I just paid the credit card, and the next half came to the $2,500, just like we thought. So the whole thing, materials, came to $5,000. That include every nail, every screw, every paint. Thank you, Liz, for giving me money to buy one of the paint, because the paint at $50 a gallon. You know, it's I'm grateful for the reels that it gave me some money to do this, you know, and I'm grateful that Joe said he could do it, and he put in all the hard work. You know, and I'm really happy with my kitchen.
I'm grateful that I could do it, because I mean, if somebody have to come in here and do it, it costs you at least $20,000-$25,000.
For real.
And I tell you what, I'm fresh out of that kind of money.
Okay, guys. So if you liked what I produced here today, this is a cooking show after all, but we do put videos like this from time to time so that the viewers can see that we are a real life family, a real life couple. We struggle in financing, but we never struggle in our love for each other. We don't have any, I always tell people, we don't have any ups and downs in our marriage. Honestly, when you meet people and they hear that you've been married almost 36 years ago, it's hard, right? It's a lot of ups and downs. I'm like, no, we don't have any ups and downs in our relationship. It's always just ups, because we listen to each other. We always come back and apologize. We always make sure we tell each other we love each other, right? So our ups and downs is in financing. That's all it is. It's always in the financing. So if you like this video, go ahead and watch one of my other videos. I make it easy for you. I put it up in the cards. I put it at the end of the video in the, what do you call those things at the end? I don't know what those things are called at the end, but you'll see it at the end. So I make it easy for you to watch one of my other videos. And then if you like what you see, go ahead and subscribe. Come be a part of the family. We're heading towards 100,000 subscribers. It's taken almost 11 years. I'm short of 250 subscribers. After this video, I'll be probably short of 270, because people unsubscribe once I talk about it. I love you anyways, because you'll come back, because guess what? We're the realest. Don't forget to like and share, and of course I look forward to your comments.
Bye-bye, people.
Remember, guys, we're not buying this book. Pick up a copy of this book instead. Beans and Rice Volume 2 is the only Belizean cookbook backed by the Bear Pantry Show. Take a look at all these wonderful recipes you'll find inside the pages. Not interested in Belizean dishes? Then The Pantry Laid Bare with these better than restaurant quality comfort foods might be the perfect book for you. Only need a small batch or a meal for two? Then pick up a copy of No More Leftovers. Each book has many choices of delicious dishes from basic ingredients.